They told her she didn't belong there. The words followed her out of the sniper school gates like dust clinging to boots, settling into her lungs, heavy and unforgiving. She had trained until her fingers bled, until sleep felt like a rumor. Yet the rejection was final, stamped, signed, unquestioned. As she walked away, the longest shot record stood untouched behind her, silent, almost mocking. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. Her name was Alina Ward, and for weeks after that day, she replayed the moment in her head. The instructor's narrowed eyes, the polite distance in his voice. "You're good," he'd said, which somehow hurt more than if he'd said she was terrible. Good wasn't enough. Not for history, not for legends. At night, she lay awake hearing phantom wind, feeling a rifle that wasn't there, wondering if wanting something this badly was a kind of arrogance. She almost quit, almost chose the easier life people kept offering her. But there was a quiet, stubborn rhythm inside her chest that refused to die. Each dawn found her back on the range alone, the air cold and metallic, the world holding its breath. She studied wind the way others studied faces, reading subtle shifts, learning when to wait and when to commit. Some days, she failed so badly she laughed out loud, a brittle sound swallowed by open land. Other days, everything aligned, and for one perfect second, doubt vanished. Months passed. The record remained unbroken. Alina told herself she wasn't chasing it, that she was chasing understanding. Still, when she heard the military announce a public long-range exhibition open to observers, closed to most participants, her pulse spiked. There would be witnesses, there would be the school, there would be him, the instructor who had sent her away. She thought she'd never see him again. She was wrong. The day arrived under a wide, unforgiving sky. Heat shimmered off the ground. Flags snapped in the distance. A low murmur rolled through the crowd, skepticism dressed as curiosity. Alina stood at the edge, anonymous, feeling the weight of every eye that might recognize her. A part of her wanted to turn back, to protect the fragile peace she'd built. Another part stepped forward anyway. Permission came slowly, grudgingly. A spare rifle. One chance. As she lay prone, the earth pressed cool against her ribs. Dust danced in a thin beam of sunlight. Her hands trembled, not with fear, but with memory. She breathed. The world narrowed to scope and wind, and the distant target wavering like a mirage. She hesitated. The moral question cut deeper than the technical one. Was this about proving them wrong, or proving herself right? If she failed here, publicly, it would seal their judgment forever. If she succeeded, would it be enough to heal what rejection had carved into her? The answer didn't come in words. It came in stillness. The shot broke the air like a promise finally kept. Time stretched. Someone whispered. Someone else stopped breathing. The spotter's voice cracked as he confirmed the distance. Longer than the record, longer than anyone expected. Silence fell so complete it felt sacred. Then the crowd erupted, applause crashing like a wave. Alina didn't move. Tears blurred her vision, hot and sudden, as relief and grief and joy tangled together. The instructor found her afterward. He didn't apologize. He didn't need to. His eyes held something new, respect, edged with humility. "You earned this," he said quietly. She nodded, understanding that sometimes justice doesn't arrive with regret, only recognition. As the sun dipped low, painting the range in gold, Alina packed her things. The record would bear her name now, but that wasn't the victory that mattered most. What mattered was the quiet certainty blooming inside her, the knowledge that rejection had not been the end, only the turning, because resilience doesn't shout, it waits, and it proves itself. And somewhere beyond the echoes of applause, the same wind that once carried her away now carried her forward, steady and sure. If this story moved you, share your thoughts below. Subscribe for more human stories of courage and comeback. And remember, sometimes the shot that changes everything is the one you take after being told no.